You know what time it is. It's 11:30. It's time for the Better Late Show with me, your friendly neighborhood Dr.Ben. I got to weigh in. I was thinking about covering this last night, and then I didn't because I was thinking about it, and I kept thinking. And sometimes, when I think about something too much, I gotta take a break. And I didn't put up a video yesterday because I was thinking too much. But we're gonna cover, for my review today, we're gonna cover these first two issues of Nightclub by Mark Millar or Millar. I don't know how you say his last name. It's a simple last name, but I've heard some people say it's Millar, but then I heard some people say it's Miller. I don't know. He probably doesn't really care either way, I imagine. He's Scottish, so fuck all of you know. Illustrated by Juan Ramirez. But Fabiana Mascolo is the colorist. Clem Robbins is the letterer. There's no editor listed. Well, anyways, created by Mark Millar and at Netflix. This came out last year, so I'm only like a year late on covering this. The miniseries is already done. But I picked it up. I had no idea what it was. I just remember seeing that it was $1.99. It was the first issue, and I was like, well, hell, $2. I know this Mark Millar guy. He's a pretty good writer. I've been following him. I haven't read everything he's done, obviously, but I remember when he broke out, when he was co-writing Swamp Thing with Grant Morrison. It was a creepy story, is how I remember that. And then I can't remember what he did after that. Maybe I didn't pay attention after that. I think that's when I discovered Girls or something. But then I think he's... Hold on. Is he the guy that also wrote... I'm pulling out the keyboard. Hold on. I want to be sure on this. I think... Who wrote Civil War? I think he wrote... Yep. He's the guy that wrote... Wait. Wait. What is the... Yeah, he wrote Civil War. That's what I thought. The Civil War comic from at Marvel, where all the stuff went down. That was where led to Captain America dying and all that stuff. The whole Superhero Registration Act, and they mixed all that into the Marvel movies eventually. He's a good writer. Wrote the Ultimates, that kind of like retelling of the Avengers and all that, which is basically all of the Marvel Universe is kind of like based on. His Kick-Ass book, that's a fantastic book. I loved that. Bunches of stuff. The Jupiter Ascending, Jupiter's Legacy, the Kingsman. I saw the Kingsman movie a couple years ago. I was just like, what? How do I not even know about all this? It's good stuff. But before I dig into the comics, I want to talk about the little thumbnail there is, this quote from Donny Cates, comic book writer Donny Cates, complaining about, how did he put it? He said, don't you love it when you go into the hardware store and they start telling you about how hammers suck? Hammers suck, dude. Now he was saying that because this is the other thing, is this happened the other day. It got all the comic people on Twitter, all Twitter X, whatever, got everybody all riled up, right? Comic book shop owner, 30 years. This fella named Glenn. Apparently over in the Massachusetts area. So I'm going to play just the beginning of his So,
most of these new writers don't have the love of comics like these older writers had. And all they care about is, how can I put myself in the book? No, we don't care what you would do if you were Iron Man. We don't care who you are. You're writing Tony Stark. You're not writing yourself in a book. If that's the case, write your own comic with you in it. No one will read it because nobody cares. People grew up, are growing up loving Peter Parker, loving Miles Morales, loving all these Captain America.
Parker. That's like he's got to be from Massachusetts or somewhere to be a weird accent like that. Peter Parker. It's Peter Parker. But you know, he was just basically complaining about how he goes on for a little bit more, and he's got his own channel, comic book shop, and you know, I watched a couple of his videos, and they were fun. You know what I'm saying? It's like him at his shop and like regular customers coming in and talking, and you know, it was just normal. I was like, oh, okay, this is actually kind of cool. He's just filming his store. Customers coming in. Customers always seem pretty, you know, everybody seemed to pretty fun, pretty easygoing, bunch of good people buying comic books. And so he's talking, you know, as the retailer, seeing people dropping off buying comics, people not liking, you know, new directions or whatever the new direction in comics has been, which, you know, not to wade into all the culture war stuff, but you know, like that has been the mandate at the big two, at Marvel and DC and well, maybe to a lesser extent at Image. I'm not sure, but to put in all these different political ideologies and you know, put in ideologies over and above the actual story. Right, rather than have, you know, what everyone has come to expect from Captain America or X-Men or whatever. You know, it's X-Men is now a fashion show because the writer is into high fashion or whatever. Like, no, thank you. That's not what people want when they buy the X-Men comics. That's why, and you know, I'm not breaking any news here that, hey, you know what, the mainstream comic sales kind of in the dumps, and the thing that everyone says is they don't like what they're doing. They don't like the stories. They don't like the attitudes. They don't like, you know. So that's what this comic shop owner, Glenn, he was just saying that in the middle of one of his regular videos, and someone clipped it and put it on there, and all these professionals, professionals. Those are air quotes. Professionals. Donny Cates, Ramona, what's her name? Ramon Villalobos? I can't remember. A bunch of them all started, oh, this guy, he's a fat hog. He's a piece of shit. The one fella said, oh, he must be a racist. He looks like he stinks. He looks like this. He looks like that. Blah, blah, blah. He doesn't know what he's talking. He's an idiot. Like, they all just started dragging this guy for just telling, hey, this is what's going on. This is the shop I've had 30 years. These are what my customers are saying. This is what I see. I'm a fan too. I read the comics. And rather than graciously take some criticism, they, like I said, all these different professionals attacked this guy. And the one who didn't, which really stuck out, I mean, different people didn't attack him, you know. But the one that really did not, and the one that, more than that, invited him onto his own show to talk about him, to hear what his point of view was, to hear what he was saying, was this Mark Millar. He said, you know, I want to hear what he has to say. It's, you know, unprofessional. It's disgusting watching all this dog pile of comic book creators attack a retailer, the person who's selling their books, They're attacking him because he's saying, hey, you know, you got to do better. This stuff sucks. Customers are saying, hey, this stuff sucks. Sales are down. Sales have been down. You know, everyone knows that. Sales of mainstream comics are down. Sales of like indie comics might be up. Sales of manga are definitely up. Sales of Dogman. I don't think the Dogman guy is really, I don't really view him as part of the comics scene. You know what I mean? Like, you never see him like, I don't know, maybe I should look that guy up. I don't know. But so that's what, you know, like that's what I'm saying. I was impressed with Millar being like that, or for sticking up for a retailer that, like I said, all these other professional comic writers and artists were all attacking, harassing, you know, like that's, and now of course they're going to go after Mark Millar and say that he's you know, a racist or a fascist or a homophobe or something. They're going to call him all the stuff. They're already starting. Oh, he must be a right winger. No, motherfucker, he's in Scotland. They got incestuous royal families over there. They're not right wing or left wing. They're just fucking England. Bunch of, you know, no offense to King Charles, you know, whatever. Well, no, I don't really care if the king doesn't like me, but I can't imagine he would even know who I am. But yes, that's what I'm saying. I like that he was, and you know, the other thing that I liked was that he announced that he was taking all of his properties, so nightclub and I think in the back, this Nemesis, this is like his version of Batman. I've never read this, but what, are you okay? What happened? You okay? The cat just flipped out over there. Oh, butts. Okay. Ambassadors. He's taken all of his properties over to Dark Horse instead of Image, and that excited me too. I was like, you know, I bought both of these, and kind of reluctantly I bought them because I like Millar, but I was reluctant because it is Image, and Image in their so-called comic book union is, you know, anti-creatives. You know, one of their platforms that they have for their union, for one, is that comic book writers, comic book artists can't join the union. You know, it's only for like the janitors at Image. It's for the bean counters at Image. It's for the people that aren't creative, because creatives somehow are prohibited from forming a union. It seems kind of odd. I've talked about that before in my when all that first came out, my Substack. But you know, one of the things they have for their union is that they reserve the right to immediately cancel publication of any comic that the Image is publishing if you know, if they feel that any creators have done something offensive. You know, they don't really describe it. They don't put, there's no sorts of rules, this or that. And to ask them about it, they don't reply to you, for one. So why would anyone want to subject themselves to having the janitor and the fucking bean counters with the authority to just immediately cancel your comic book? Oh, no, we're canceling it. You know, obviously they wouldn't go after Mark because he's fucking Mr. Netflix, you know. But new people? Yeah, no, they can cancel anybody new because, hey, we don't like this, we don't like that. Oh, you did an NFT, you did a digital piece of art, and we're against that now for some reason, even though Image has published NFT cover. Anyways, so that's what I'm saying. I got some issues with Image. I'm not impressed with the direction their company's been taken, and So seeing that he's taking all his properties away from Image and over to Dark Horse, it seems interesting, you know. Put this over there. Okay, but enough of all the drama. Enough of the drama. Let's just take a look at this nightclub. Figure out what's going on here. First, I thought it was a good title, Nightclub, because it made me think of like a nightclub, like a stick you hit people with, a nightclub. I think cops carry those. Or a club that you go to at night. Or a club that only is open at night. And we got, it looks like he's a vampire or something. They got fangs, so it's probably something like bats flying around. It's a simple assumption. And, the art, I like the art. It's not my favorite kind of art style, but I like that it's got a real kind of, some of it, well, not all of it, but some of it has got like a kind of rough, lived-in look to it. You know what I mean? Like, right here, that's, he's in the hospital, so, you expect him to look kind of rough and whatnot, but, everything, it's got a real moody look to it, Now, that's what I'm saying. I flipped through it when I was in the store. I was like, okay. So the story is that we get these 3 kids, teenagers, whatever they are, in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. They're both recording on their telephones. You ready? I'm ready. Dude, he's on his bicycle. Oh, wait a second. That says 3 days earlier. Oh, maybe that's just saying that it is 3 days earlier? Wait a second. I think... Okay, that's actually kind of like a little confusing as I look at it. But they're talking about they want to have a YouTube channel like me. They want to be like me and have a YouTube channel. Guys, it's easy. Just make one. And they decide, what are you going to make content that people want to watch? He says, I know exactly what people want to watch. Parkour! And then the next thing is they're up on a roof. He's got his bicycle. So this is him. What's up, people? This is Danny Garcia being filmed by DJ Sam Huxley and artist Amy Chen. Are you ready to see a little parkour? Let's go! On his bicycle. They're running after him with their telephones. And off he goes. Immediately flies off the top of the building to the ground. Boom! Looks like at least 2 or 3 stories up too. So probably not a gentle landing. And so then that's where, as we saw, he's in the hospital. And he's a teenager. What does he need? He's trying to get sponsorship deals and cool stuff, cars and ladies. So he's trying to, they were trying to figure out something to do to become famous, make money. And didn't work. Doctor said he broke his neck and his back in 3 places. So that's not like it's not a good injury. I've never broken my back. You might have had a fracture, but to break it, it's probably worse than a fracture. I don't know, but I didn't. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't do a flip off the top of a building either. So, but so anyways, bad injuries, in the hospital, and this guy shows up, a vampire guy, right? Obviously, he's a vampire. He's got fangs, walking around in a hoodie, and comes and bites bites Danny Garcia there. Is that what his name is? Danny? Yeah, Danny Garcia. And then 3 days later, shit! Where am I? Who brought me here? Oh, Jesus, what the hell's going on? Calm down. No need to be a little bitch. Who are you? Who are you? Detective Nick Laskarkas, your new lord and master. He's a detective, and he's a vampire. You'll notice all your injuries have been repaired while you were fast asleep on my bunk. You've been here 3 days, and your mom was really worried, but I managed to calm the whole thing down. Why have I got blood on my pants? What the hell have you been doing to me? Take it easy. It's just your pee. You could hardly go to the bathroom while I had you chained to the bed. Why is my pee red? Why do you think, kiddo? Actually, that is kind of like why is it red? He's a vampire. I don't know. He comes over. Danny bites him, gets the vampire blood. He starts freaking out, jumps out of the window. Somebody help! I've been kidnapped! And then he starts to catch on fire. Because that's what happens to vampires in the daylight. They burn. He says, you're a vampire, Danny, just like me. The sun burns you, and steaks kill you. Imagine if steaks killed you. Oh, never be able to have another filet mignon. Zing. On the plus side, you can recover from almost any injury. All you need is fresh blood, and you'll be good as new in a couple of hours. So he's a vampire, and the rest of it is, like this, the detective. I can't remember the detective's names. This, me telling you I got a bad memory is not a joke. Detective Detective Nicky. Showing him, how they can control rats. He can fight and punch holes in brick walls, and wow, I did, didn't I? Look at that. I punched a hole in a wall, just broke it. Punch. Climbing buildings, just climbing up the side of a building. So he does ask him a good question, okay, what's this all about, Nicky? Why'd you pick me? I told you, I'm building an army. What for? Oh, that can wait for later. And we go back to his buddies. Buddies are getting beat up by the bully. Bully's shaking him down for not doing his homework or doing it wrong or something. And then hey, that's weird. What? Danny's calling. Stay where you are, Sam. We'll be down in a minute. Danny Garcia? He can turn into mist, kind of jump around, almost like fly. We're going to make a fortune. To be continued. So that's the first issue, right? So I'm saying, it's like, okay, that's fun. It's a vampire story. Kid gets turned into a vampire. Wants to be a YouTube star. Wants to figure out what to, and help his friends out. Seems like a good start to the story. Some kind of weird Detective Nick doing creepy stuff, building an army of vampires or something. What's he doing it for? Who knows? We're going to find out. So the second issue is all his friends freaking out. They start, shit! Guys, where are you going? It's me. Come back. Sam, get down. And basically, you know, this issue is kind of like sets up what I imagine is the rest of the story. You know, he's explaining to his friends what happened. It's me, dude, Danny Garcia. Danny? Yeah, but I gotta say, this didn't go as well as Oh, he tells him, he says, I just got superpowers and I thought you'd be excited. And so he's explaining it to him. You're a vampire? He's like, don't say vampire. It sounds really weird. Let's just say I've got vampire abilities after you got bit by a vampire. Yeah, but a nice vampire. Detective Lascaris is a really good guy. I think he's assembling some kind of a team, and he wants me to be in the original lineup. Why you? What did he say there? Because I was lying in the hospital with a broken neck and back. He knew I had nothing to lose. Doesn't the hospital think it's strange you just walked out? That's the crazy thing. He hypnotized them into thinking all I had were a few cuts and bruises. Even my mom doesn't remember how bad it was. Shows him like back at home. Oh, hey, honey. Dr. Collins said you don't need to come back for any checkups. He said your bloods were great and everything is completely normal. Back to school tomorrow, senor asshole. So that's what I'm saying. It's like almost, I don't want to say like a buddy cop movie, but you know what I'm saying. It's like you know, it's their friends, and I did like this one. You know, he's showing him how he can lift up. He's super strong now. He's like, what are you gonna do? You gonna tell your mom? No, I got the impression he wants me to keep this a secret. So why are you telling us? Like. You know what I'm saying? That's just like masterful. I like you know exactly what he's saying. He doesn't even say anything. He's just that one little fang pops out. Why are you telling us? Right? You're serious? Why not? It is literally the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. It seemed only fair to share with my friends. No way am I letting you bite me, dude. No offense, but I'm not giving up daylight and drinking human blood. Well, what about you? I'm game. What? Why not? It's not like I've got anything else going on. I'm bored in school and there's no good jobs out there anyway. Give me a chance to be a superhero? This would be like swatting away a radioactive spider. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's he has to bite her and then they die for 3 days or something. And then, I mean, on the cover, it shows like all three of them in these luchador masks. So it's not really like a surprise that they all become vampires. He also bites the other guy. He relents, and they're going to become vampire team of vampire superheroes. And it's just, you know, it's showing. Oh, that's the other thing. They're all riding on the top of these cars, and they just get knocked off. Like, what the hell? I don't know. Something pushed us off the car. Like, it's like we hit a wall of air. I can literally feel an invisible barrier. The girl, ever the observant one, it's the river. What? Vampires can't cross running water. That's one of the rules, right? How freaky is that? I didn't know that. They can't cross running water. What about an ocean? How did Dracula go from freaking Transylvania up to England or whatever if vampires can't cross over water? What? I don't know. Vampire rules kind of vary from story to story, I guess. But, you know, the bully shows up again. They're back at school. The bully shows up and he's gonna try to bully the guy he was bullying, who's now a vampire. I don't know what's going on here, Huxley, but you're getting your ass kicked. I'll tell you what's going on, man. Let's go buy it yourself. go buy it from Dark Horse. Don't buy it from Image. Well, buy it from Image because now it's probably sitting in the back issue bins, and you'll be helping out your local comic shop if you pick it out of the back issue bins. But that's what I'm saying. I'm excited. Now I want to go read the rest of the series. I thought this looked really interesting, but like I said, I didn't get the rest of it because, well, honestly, let's see. This one came out in January. Yeah, January of 2023. So this year, February of this year, I had a bizarre medical event. We'll just say that, and it threw off my whole game. Threw me off, kind of set me back on what I was doing and everything else, and I never got back to picking up the rest of the issues and doing other things. All kinds of stuff happens. But now seeing how it's going to be through Dark Horse, that seems kind of. I want to support Mr. Millar at Dark Horse along with the rest of his creative team here. Juan Ramirez and the rest of them. Good job. Fun stuff. I like this cover here. I think this is by the main artist. This first cover. I'm not really sure. It looks like him. Because it says the other variant covers were Greg Capullo and Matteo Scalera. I don't know, but I like the look of her there. That's just a good. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's her with the long hair. So that's what I'm saying. Good book. I like it, and good on Mark Millar for, like I said, sticking up for comic book shops, sticking up for people. Standing up against this comic book shop owner getting bullied by professionals like Donny Cates. And also, the other thing was that he came up with the term, instead of calling people, social justice warriors, SJWs, he said, he called them cancel pigs. I think, and this was before this too. I saved this one because I thought it was so. He said, the era of the cancel pig trying to suicide bankrupt creatives is over, thankfully. I think a massive resurgence coming here with a brave revolutionary 70s style cinema and medium budget pictures for a few years. The era of the cancel pig. That's exactly what these people are that engage in these blacklists. I'm glad to see like a hugely successful creator like say something against all that, because that's something that's been an ongoing. I've been blacklisted as we all know. So to see someone in a position like Mr. Millar here, he's working at Netflix or making movies out of his comic books, his funny books. Seeing someone like him stand up and say, yeah, cancel pigs. Was cancel culture. Oh, you said something. I was offended. My mom was offended. Johnny was offended. Sally was offended. Whoever, you can't, we got to drive you out of an industry. We got to try and get you fired. We got to call your workplace and try to get you fired from there. We got to spread rumors about, it's disgusting stuff. It was disgusting back in the 50s when they had the blacklists of Hollywood artists that were considered potential communists. The Red Scare, as they called it. But now the communists are the ones that are running the blacklists. How things change, but they stay the same. It's weird. So that's what I'm saying. Good on Mr. Mark Millar here. Looking forward, trying to. No, not you. God damn it. Sorry, God. I guess that's the sign to end the show for now. So be back here tomorrow night. I'll have another video up. I'm not sure. I think maybe, I don't know what I'm going to cover tomorrow night. I think I gotta think what I want to cover tomorrow. Oh, I know what I should do. Yeah, I know what I'll do. Yeah, well, it's dark time now. It's perfect to do it. I'll do that. All right, well, hey, keep buying funny books out there. Go to your local comic book shop. Let them know that, hey, it's okay. I'm here for you. We're here to support the local comic book shops. We don't want to support people that are into canceling creators and blacklists. Marvel and Disney. all those people at the mainstream, or the lamestream, as I like to say. I don't support them. I really, honestly can't. I bought a Marvel comic a couple months back that was by Wolf Portaccio, and I felt bad doing that, but I had to buy it because it was Wolf Portaccio coming back to do Bishop, and Bishop was like, I was like in the first X-Men comic was when Bishop was introduced. That was my jam. Bishop was like my favorite X-Men character, and that's the thing too. That's a whole nother rant, but that was a whole storyline that Marvel just completely fucked up. Bishop came back from the future, to modern times back in the 90s, right? And he was telling him about his future, where it was, I don't know if it was supposed to be that Days of Future Past future that he was from, or I can't quite remember, but they were setting up different ideas, and that maybe Bishop was the traitor, maybe it was Gambit was the traitor. We're gonna find out. There's gonna be some mystery and intrigue with Bishop, and maybe he's gonna get with Storm, maybe he's gonna get with I don't think he was trying to get with Rogue, but you know what I mean? Like it was really like, I was like totally into it, like getting all those back then, all those Uncanny X-Men's when Bishop came out, and then Image Comics happened, right? So everybody left: Jim Lee, Will Portaccio, Todd, and Rob, and Sam Keith, and everybody left. Dale Keown, everybody left Marvel, went and did Image. And Marvel just squandered all the stuff that had been built up. Bishop just turned into like a D-list character. You never heard anything about Bishop ever. And plus, who was going to buy Marvel Comics now that like all the best artists all left? That was that's what I'm saying. Like, and then eventually Bishop has just turned into this character who's just doesn't have nothing going for him. They don't know what to do with him anymore. They tried for a while turning him into a villain. I remember that when that Cable miniseries that Cable was carrying that baby X-Man or whatever, the first baby after House of M or whatever, and Bishop was trying to kill the baby. I'm like, what? Why is Bishop now the villain that wants to kill a baby? You know what I'm saying? It's like they went from turning Bishop into having the possibility to turn Bishop into like this amazing character, and they just squandered it. And that was, as a kid seeing that, I was just like, what? This is just garbage. All these ideas and story ideas are just throw them out the door. Was Marvel like that upset that Jim Lee and everyone left? I mean, I guess so. So, yeah. Anyways, I guess that's the end. So that's it for today. Try not to do so much thinking. I need to get better at just, coming from like off the cuff and just speaking my mind. So till next time, guys and gals and theys and thems and dogs and cats and ponies and iguanas and everyone else that are out there listening. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do.